What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Justin here, and today, well, we're not going to be fishing, but what we're going to be doing is making some fish structures. Well, you probably saw that in the title up there, but I'm going to show you some cheap and easy ways to make fish structures. Some of these, just depending on how you play your cards, you could make these for free. Just put a little bit of sweat equity into it, and you can have some great fish structures. So I'm going to go over kind of what you can look for, how to make them, all that good stuff, and even kind of where to place them in the ponds to have the best results. So let's jump into that and head there now. Okay, so today we're going to be making 3 different types of structures, and most of these, well, you can make them for relatively free. I see a lot of videos where people get $100 worth of materials to make these structures, and while that's okay if you want to go that route, we're going to go over how you can kind of use some old materials, hopefully that you can find, and I'll go over that as well. But we're going to make some pallet structures, some PVC structures, and also some structures from old tires. We'll go over kind of how you can make these for free. So let's get into the video. So here's my whip of choice today. This thing's a fine, young, tuned machine. Let's get in here and fit a lot of structure on the back of it. Alright, so I'm sitting here. We have a ton of pallets that just sitting here. Like I said, go around to businesses. They probably have, probably not this many junked up, but we have a lot here. We're going to just only need a few to make these structures, but we're going to load a few up and put them to use. Okay, so we have the 3 pallets here. We're going to start off with the wood structure. I don't know how well, there's the 3rd pallet. We're going to kind of set these up in a triangle, with a hole through the middle, and that'll be some good structure. Depending on, it doesn't matter how it falls, it'll be good structure for the fish when we put it into the pond. So this is a pretty simple one. We'll knock it out real quick. To go over kind of how making a triangle is pretty easy, but yeah, we're going to set these pallets up real quick and get them screwed in. It's pretty simple stuff, guys. If you went to elementary school, you know what a triangle is. Do something about like that. Get them all. You can use like rope, or preferably screws if you have a drill and all that stuff. But make this somehow stay like that, which we're going to use screws and get it all fastened down and toss it off in the water, and it should be pretty good structure. Okay, so first we're going to go ahead and fasten this down with some old electrical wire. Nothing about this video is fancy. Like I said, this is just stuff you can find laying around, just junk. But you can make it, it's free. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars in Home Depot to sink off in a pond somewhere. You can use stuff you already have available, reuse it, whatever. So let's get this stuff kind of twisted around this. Then we're going to put some screws in it as well. Just a little bit of reassurance, but it should hold its shape as a triangle with enough of these wrapped around it. Okay, so you might not be able to find any of these just laying around. It's a pretty long screw, but most of these will cost a few dollars, so not that big of a deal. Let's get them sunk in, and we should be pretty much done. Put a few more wires on here, and this one's complete. We'll go right here, try to hit 2 of those, 2 of the little spokes. And that thing is not going anywhere. Okay, so we're pretty much done with this little structure. Look how easy that was. We got to put some more wire on it, and yeah, pretty much, find a way for it not to float, which is pretty simple. I'll probably set a center block right there on the pallet, strap it down with some wire or something to where it doesn't come off, and kind of toss it in the lake. It's kind of heavy, but you're definitely going to need 2 people to probably move this thing. And yeah, it's that simple. Look at it. It looks pretty good. It's going to create some nice habitat for some fish. Now you could do it a little better and come in here and put some boards across there to keep, you know, some of your bigger fish from getting in there, to let your brim and whatever forage bait fish you have kind of nestle up in that thing and stay away from predators. But I may do that. We could add a few boards across there. Might as well. Keep adding stuff here and there. Come up with a nice little brim mansion right here. It looks pretty nice. So I told my grandpa about this project, and he actually came up with a genius idea that, you know, he brought an old water hoses, stuff like that. You know, I may weave it in and out, you know, have some piece, cut it up, have it sticking everywhere. Just be creative. It's cool that he thought of that, and it's definitely something that water hoses go bad pretty quick, and I think everybody has an old water hose laying around that's not very any good. So you can use stuff like that. There's a million things you could use. Just get creative and come up with something that you can reuse. Depends on everybody's situation, what you got. So let's keep building this one, and hopefully it can spark some ideas that, you know, you watching can build. That's pretty good. I think it looks pretty cool on the side here. Look, in 30 minutes, we made this pretty cool structure. I'm impressed with it. A little sweat, a little hard work, finding the stuff, you know, basically free. You might have to spend $1 here and there, but look, it turned out good. We got a cinder block over there we're gonna fasten to it, and it's pretty much ready to go in the water. So now let's kind of transition and build some plastic, PVC, whatever type structures. They're gonna last a little bit longer than this, but this is definitely the cheapest and easiest to come up with. So let's do a nice little walk around, even though you probably get the concept. It's super simple. There you go. Okay, so next thing is this little blue barrel. We have a few of these. Barrels are gonna be a little bit harder to come by, but you may be able to find some. Make sure if you're putting these in water, you clean out all the chemicals that were in them or whatever it may be. So I'm gonna wash this barrel out very thoroughly before, you know, putting it in the water or doing anything like that. Clean it up, make sure you get all the stuff out, anything that could harm the fish, because you have, you know, if you get the barrel from somewhere, unless it's got a, you know, tag on it or something, you have no idea what was in it. So just be cautious with that. Clean it up real good, and yeah. So let's cut into the top of this thing, tilt this down. Let's go. Don't really have a game plan. Probably just cut from here because it'll be easy. Very satisfying, by the way. Let me bring the camera closer. I think just to make it kind of cool to where fish can actually get inside of this thing, I'm gonna cut some bigger holes to where fish can go in it with limbs also sticking out to where it'll be kind of like a reef, freshwater reef, that is, because this isn't salt water, in case you didn't pick up on that. But let's get it done. Who wants to see some of these power tools in super slow motion? But let's go and see what it looks like. I don't know, it may look cool, may not, but let's try it. It's just this slides on in there. You got a little bit sticking out, a little bit sticking in. Structure, fish structure on both sides, baby. Look at that. Okay, so kind of a mess, a little bit of a mess. All this plastic, but we'll clean it up later. We got a ton of holes drilled. I didn't count, but look at all those bad boys. Now it's time to put the pipe in it like so. So let's do that. It's pretty simple. Just takes a little time. Okay, so the inside of this thing looks wicked. I'll show you all that in a second. But one thing I just thought of real quick is if you want to, add weight to it, you got to do this before. So luckily I don't have too many to move around, but I'm going to drop some bricks down in here and it'll keep it from floating up. Let's just drop these pieces down in there. So something I've never really mentioned on this channel is that growing up as a kid, I always, piddled in the shop. I built things, ramps for my bikes, all kind of creations, all kind of stuff. I could go on for days about little stuff I've tinkered with and built. So this is really cool to me. I like building things. I love getting in this shop and just going to town, getting creative, and certainly when it helps fish out. It helps me in my fishing as well. I love fishing, and that's what this channel will be primarily, but this is cool. So let me know in the comments below if you like these type of videos. I'll try to work some more of them in if you want to see them. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, please. We'll be doing a lot of fishing, a lot of whatever y'all want to see. Let me know below, guys. Challenges, tell me something, give me a challenge on building fish structures. I'll do it. So comment below, guys. Thank you so much. Subscribe, I think I said that already, and let's keep building.
Back in the day.
So we got the structure loaded up. I don't know how well you can see it in this big old yellow truck. Me and Owen are gonna go load them in, and my grandpa, he's taking the boat over there right now, little John boat. But yeah, I'm gonna fly the drone up. Hopefully we can get them in there and give some fish some structure. Okay, so y'all may recognize this little pond here. Yes, just a few weeks ago is where I transported some fish from that draining lake and put them in here. So now we're gonna give them some structure. And yeah, we don't really know how we're gonna tackle this yet. These things are kind of heavy, but we're gonna get them out in the boat and put them somewhere, I don't know, somewhere out there. It's deep, right out in here. And hopefully remember where they're at. Lighter one, I might ease it down. I got this thing in there by myself. I'll throw my back out. Now let's get out in the boat. You think I should set it right here?
Yeah, try it.
Well, then how am I going to get in the back? Okay, so I'm not going to get too far. Like, you want this thing in this pond right here.
Okay.
I just got to remember, I'll put it in between these two trees. No! Yes! Fill up right, fill up right. It's filling up. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna get it to where
It's fine, right? This is the right place.
Can you see it from here? Baba! You're gonna have a lot of fish around you one day. I don't care how this one goes in the water. If it goes in this way, it don't have to be like this. It can be, any way, and it's still going to be a good structure.
Yeah.
She's going to take a little tumble right here. Don't know any better way to do it, and it hopefully gets out in the water, and we got this to move it out there with. Okay, here she goes. See, I got that block that should bring it down. Should. Come on, Betsy. No. All right, we're gonna get out in the boat, and I'm gonna try to maneuver it because it's not real deep right here. I think she's floating. I don't know if she's on the bottom or floating.
Pull yourself on, paddle yourself out and give yourself a slack and then try to pull it out that way. There you go. There you go. It's moving.
Worked out small too.
Come on. Come on. It's moving. It's moving.
Is it floating?
I think it is.
Dang it. Back to the drawing boards. I'm gonna have to get another cinder block or something. All right, so we got some more blocks to put on it because it's currently floating, as you can see. Okay guys, so you're probably wondering how the heck we got back in my bedroom. Well, my camera died. This new camera eats through batteries. Went through like 5 of them today. But, you know, in conclusion of today's video, you know, between the two structures that I made, by far the barrel was way easier to put in the water and sink. It didn't take as many cinder blocks. The wooden one was heavy, just kind of awkward. Now it's the easiest one to kind of scrap up those materials, but you better have like 5 cinder blocks to be able to sink that thing, because I think it took about 5, you know, those cinder blocks were broken. That's why we used them. But yeah, 5 of them. And it took a lot to get it down there. Wood floats, just depending on what type of pallet it is. But whatever, guys. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. I'll definitely make more if you want to see more. So comment below, you know, different ideas, materials you'd like to see me build fish structures out of, and I'll do it if y'all want to see it. So thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see y'all next video. I don't know what it'll be. Think I'm going fishing at a pretty juicy lake in the morning with a buddy. We're gonna go out in his boat. So anyways guys, see y'all next video.